Hey everybody, welcome to this week's edition Bayou Outdoors 365 presented by Bayou Outdoor Super Center. This week we're heading out on Toledo Bend and we're going to be going out with Toledo Bend Fish Hounds Guide Service. Not necessarily to fish, but to learn. That's this week everybody, and it starts right now. Bayou Outdoors 365. Thanks so much everybody joining us this week, Bayou Outdoors 365. And like I said, we are on what always seems to be a breezy Toledo Bend, but as you know, this isn't all that bad. So what are we doing this week? Well, this week we're going to be going out with Toledo Bend Fish Hounds Guide Service. And Talia's going to take us out there, but we're going to talk about things more than necessarily just fish. We're going to talk about brush piles, also using a live scope. Really and truly fascinating stuff. So we're going to get a little education this week, and who knows, maybe even do a little fishing at the same time. So let's go along right now, get things started this week. So tell me a little bit about what you have, what you're using. Explain to us a little bit about the, and why you choose it.
Okay, we're using bamboo, cane bamboo. We're using it right now. It's early in the year. It's just now April, 1st of April. So the sweet gums, which we prefer, hadn't quite got their leaves on them yet. So this is a good early in the year thing to get out for spring, good spring fishing. That has leaves year round. So this is something good you can even use during the winter months and still put out. But you always want to drop brush. The leaves are the ticket. Once a brush pile loses its leaves, it kind of fades out. Fish don't utilize it as much. So leaves are the ticket to it.
So whenever you go and you put it in the water, what's your goal with it? You're going to tie it on to what, and what are you trying to do?
Okay, we're going to anchor it with sandbags. I'll use cinder blocks a lot, but on this smaller cane, I like to use sandbags, or a little cheaper actually. But basically what I'm trying to do is my first ties will be, I'll take a black nylon and lace the bottom area together, and then I'll come up top just a little bit above midways, and I'll tie another piece of black nylon, and I'll try to leave about 1.5 feet between each cane. What that's allowing this to do is fan out for you and create a big wide area. I mean, as you can tell, this should fan out and be, at least 12 foot or so wide.
Today, when do you start seeing results from these brush piles you're putting in now?
And that's the downfall of brush piles. Really a good rule of thumb, if you drop 10 brush piles, you may end up with 3 or 4 that's really good spots. Some will never produce, and it doesn't matter how much thought you put into your location. You just can't always figure out why fish don't like a certain area that you think they should. The floater, I use crab pot buoys. We get them from down south. Most people use jugs, bleach bottles. People use swimming noodles, but I use these because I build so many, and I'd rather buy them than hunt them down. All right, so at the top, now I've got 5 stalks of bamboo here. On a small bamboo. So just above my middle tile of nylon, about 3 or so foot from the top of this bamboo, I'm going to pick my 2 most middle bamboos, and I'm going to get under a limb area like that. Drop this thing. The idea is it should be able to fan out just like that. We're dropping this in 17 or so foot of water, this one here. I've cut it 11 foot tall. You know, we want to be about, you know, 6 to 8 foot, 10 foot from the surface. We got our floater buoy right here. It's going to float upwards just like that and constantly be tugging up. So it's going to keep this thing standing up like a tree underwater.
It's here. The time is now. You waited for this day and you dreamed about this day. It's time to buy a brand new fishing boat. For those of us who like to fish, this is like Christmas morning, so don't mess it up. Go to Bayou Outdoor Supercenter. They have the biggest selection in the area, top brands like Ranger, Triton, Express, and Excel, and they won't be undersold. Bayou Outdoor Supercenter. Welcome to the family.
Visit us online.
Okay, so we're just going to show you some really good things to look for. Now this is a hummingbird. This is a Lake Masters map. And what I've done is I've got all my 15 foot of water or less highlighted in green. So what that does is it makes these underwater high areas, underwater islands and points pop out at you. But what you're looking for is you can see the contour lines right here and how it goes from 20-something foot in this area and jumps up to like right here, 12 foot in a matter of maybe just a few hundred feet. And this is just a magnet for fish, all fish. They're going to hit these ridge lines, and they like to be close to deep water and shallow water and be able to access both at any time. Also, a good thing I got going on here is we've got a creek channel, a good deep main creek channel really close as well. You want to drop brush in an area that you feel like the fish are already liking. I just don't, like I was saying, I don't like to drop it on a natural big lay down or something like that because it will mess it up. Like, see, I'm not going to drop this brush right on top of this thing. I'm going to back off of it some. I'll probably back off of it about 20 foot or so. Drop it. So I'm gonna go ahead and let the boat get situated, and then I'm gonna get the brush pile up front, go ahead and get the sandbag tied in it. I'm wanting to be about 20 foot off of that, which is exactly where I'm sitting at 20 foot. So we're going to drop it right in front of us. So everything's tied together. Now it's just a matter of going overboard with it. Okay, watch on the screen right here. You can see it fall. There it goes. Well, just how everything, the floater in the top is going to keep it, not allow it to lay over. That's the purpose of a jug, or in my case, these crab pot floaters. What you're seeing is a lot of air bubbles coming out of everything. Okay, so I'm about right. I'm about 20 foot from that other structure, that natural structure, and that big stump there, which has been holding fish. So all we're doing is just adding to this area for them. Now I'm gonna drop the other one. I'm gonna bump to the right a little bit And I'm gonna drop the other one kind of about maybe 15 foot from that one. That way when you come in here nose in to fish it, you can fish off both corners of the boat and be fishing in two different brush piles. There it goes down. Back off of it and look at it now.
Boy, Hunter, that beef looks good. Don't they know we've been smoking for over 75 years? And we serve barbecue every Saturday.
I reckon they ain't thought about that till now.
He ain't quite ready yet. Y'all come back here, you're next.
AC Services of Minden is ready to help you stay cool this summer. Locally owned and operated for more than a decade, Barry Notch and his crew proudly serve Minden and the surrounding area, including Shreveport-Bossier City. Whether you need residential or commercial services, AC Services of Minden can take care of you. Yearly service plans are available. Visit acservicesofmenden.com or call today.
Yeah, we know you want your own.
Commercial power equipment. MyBigMower.com.
At Michael's Men's Store and Sporting Goods, it is all about providing the best when it comes to hometown services and customer care. It seems to be working, considering Michael's has been around since 1948 in downtown Homer, Louisiana. If you're looking for something, there's a pretty good chance Michael's has it. Downstairs, you'll find men's clothing, fine suits, and golf equipment. And then upstairs, everything you need when it comes to hunting and fishing, including in-house services for guns and archery. Michael's Men's Store and Sporting Goods in downtown Homer. It's worth the drive.
Everything you need and more for your next fishing trip to Lake Bistineau can be found at Country Market and Deli in Sibley. Country Market has been around for more than half a century and is more than just a convenience store. You can find ethanol-free gas, one of the largest selections of fishing tackle anywhere around Lake Bistineau, and a deli to pick up a burger or a sandwich as you head out to the lake. On top of that, we only carry certified Hereford beef and steaks, the best steaks for the best price. Country Market and Deli, located at 503 Main Street in Sibley. It takes time to find them, but if you're bringing clients out, does it give you better quality that they're looking for too?
Oh, definitely. You know, and another thing is it really helps for a guide on the slope. There's my jig. See him coming out at it? Yeah, he just got it. See him right there? Yeah, there's quite a few crappie on this brush pile here. But another thing is, you know, I guess probably the biggest benefit is you can see there, obviously, how many fish are in that. And once you start catching one or two, you realize that all them little football shapes are crappie. And so on days that they're not biting well, back in the old school way, they just took your word that you had them in a good spot. Nowadays, you can show them plain as day. There's 100 crappie down there. They're just not biting. So that's another little small female. We've done nothing but sit here and stare at it, and it's really fun. I mean, you get addicted to it.
So where's our bait?
Right there. See it? Okay, there's
right in the middle.
Fish right there at it. Here he comes. See him coming out? Yeah.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, he got it. Nope, missed him. He had it, and I missed him. Fish in that. There he is. There's a bunch of crappie in there. Some of them's pretty nice. There's another little medium fish. He blistered up too. It's probably just spawned out. Probably some blister. the end of a big laydown right there, and that's all crappie. Classic catfish. I'm a jig. Only crappie jig. Oh man, nice.
Take a step back into the past at Port Jefferson Outpost in historic Jefferson, Texas. Come experience the nostalgia and charm and so much more. Stop by for ice cream and sundaes, cappuccinos, lattes, made just for you every day. And don't forget to grab some fudge to take home. Port Jefferson Outpost in Jefferson, Texas. Find us on Facebook and at ptjeffersonoutpost.com.
Hey everybody, it's time right now for our Bayou Outdoors 365 Fishing Report segment. We're going to start things off this time around on Lake Bistineau, and let's find out what's going on there and what techniques we need to know about from Homer Humphreys.
Hey y'all, we're going to talk a little bit about Bistineau today, and spend a few minutes talking about just coming off the spring, one of the best springs we ever had on Bistineau as far as I'm concerned, catching fish. And the way you follow these fish, right now we're looking for a search bait. We got this Homer's Clown, and you notice we got nickel gold blades on it. Makes a lot of disturbance in the water. We got what we call a cold water brim. You know, the bluegill are just moving up in them thickets, and that's number one thing to find them with. The other thing is it's taking a owner flashy swimmer like this and hooking a sungill swim bait by it. It's a lot like a spinner bait, but it's not. It gets a lot of big fish, and it lets you locate them fish out there because they've gone to that first tree line off the bank, and then as it gets a little bit later, they're gonna move out there in that 8 and 10 foot of water. But this California 420 beaver or this Homer Special beaver, after they get off that spinnerbait and stuff, that Homer's Clown, you can't beat it for finding fish. And I always look at it like this: the lower end does the spawn first. So if you got a tournament coming up this weekend or next weekend, remember the lower end is first on getting back to normal after the spawn. Later is mid-lake, say like up in Clark's Bayou. The better fishing is going to be on the lower end right now.
Thanks a lot there, Homer. Right now, though, let's travel a little bit further to the west-northwest of Bistineau. Let's find out how things are looking with Randy Deaver on Caddo Lake.
Hey guys, Randy Deaver with Caddo Pro Bass Guide Service on Caddo Lake. Here to give you a few helpful tips and some baits that are working right now. First off, we have the V&M Flat Wild. Any of your creature style baits are working right now. I'm Texas rigging that with a leak tungsten 5/16 weight or 3/8. Next, I have the V&M Chopstick Cinco style bait. I'm wacky rigging these. This is watermelon red and black and blue with a blue tip, the two colors that are working for me. Last, I have a frog. What you want to do with all of these baits is get them right up to the cypress tree quietly. Helps produce more fish that way. The fish are on the trees right now spawning. We've had one wave come through. We're gonna have, I feel like, another big wave come through the end of the month with the next full moon. Probably the largest of the spring. Hopefully all these tips will help you catch more fish on Caddo Lake. Again, this is Randy Deaver, Caddo Pro Bass Guide Service.
Now, if you're looking for something a little different than bass fishing, let's talk about crappie fishing. Fishing report time from Talion with Toledo Bend Fish Hounds Guide Service to tell us how things are looking.
Hey folks, Talion Woodward, Fish Hounds Guide Service. Going to give you a quick crappie report here on Toledo Bend. It is April the 8th. We are, I believe, about 3/4 of the way through the spawn. We're catching less and less females every day with eggs, still catching females with eggs, still catching some males that have their dark colors, spawning colors. So we still got spawning going on. There's a lot of guys still catching fish on buckbrush and cypress trees, but I think the majority of it is over. Most of our fish are post-spawn now. But I think I've checked everything the last several days. The brush piles are not loaded up yet. There are some brush piles starting to get, you know, a decent number of fish on them, but you have to hit a lot of them to, you know, stumble up on a group, and that don't mean they're going to be on that brush pile tomorrow. Always they're kind of moving around a lot still as they do this time of year.
And finally, another report from Homer, this time around though Claiborne Parish, and talking about the always beautiful Lake Claiborne. Let's find out what his report looks like.
Hey y'all, this is Homer Humphreys. We're going to talk about Claiborne for a little bit. Beautiful Lake Claiborne. Go up there to the state park, have fun. And while you're up there, if you want to go bass fishing and catch some big ones, this time of year they've done got off the spawn. They started migrating to the main lake points, and especially to the boat docks where the brush is and stuff like that. But if you don't do something a little bit different, go up there and you will be awed at the big fish you get a hold of them. Don't say you're going to catch them all now, but you're going to get a hold of them. You can take it a little old 98% shaky head, just like that, and you can rig that up with a finesse worm, Zoom finesse worm, green pumpkin or watermelon red. Both of them going to work. They're going to bite it up there in that color water. Or you can take and put a little package of crawfish on it like this missile craw, and they call it the crawfather. But the thing is, you get there on the docks, you fishing 6 to 10 foot, and that's where it's gonna happen. Not a lot of this kind of fishing goes on up there, but we catch them every time on it. And we've caught them up to 6 pounds with it. But here's the other thing. Everybody loves to night fish at Lake Claiborne. Try one thing. Get up, try where the green lights are. They're number one. Fish migrate to the green lights on the docks. The other thing is, get up on the docks and throw a big heavy 3/4 or a 1/2 ounce spinnerbait out in the dark, and you reel it back towards the docks. You will be awed what you get a hold of. Give these baits and techniques a try the next time you go to Claiborne, and you'll be happy with your success.
That has been your Bayou Outdoors 365 fishing report for the middle of April, everyone. One of the things we're going to be doing in the weeks and months to come is talking about more lakes across the area to help you out in having a successful trip. Happy fishing. At the Bedroom Sleep Shops, we know that buying a mattress is a personal purchase. Here you can try it before you buy it and even get a 120-day comfort guarantee. We've been around since 1983 and still have the largest showroom in the area with all the major brands like Sealy, Serta, Stearns & Foster, Simmons, and Tempur-Pedic, including the Tempur-Pedic Adapt and Pro Adapt series. As always, we offer interest-free financing and free delivery and takeaway. The Bedroom Sleep Shops, your locally owned mattress store in Shreveport and Bossier City.
It's here. The time is now. You waited for this day and you dreamed about this day. It's time to buy a brand new fishing boat. For those of us who like to fish, this is like Christmas morning, so don't mess it up. Go to Bayou Outdoor Supercenter. They have the biggest selection in the area. Top brands like Ranger, Triton, Express, and Excel, and they won't be undersold. Bayou Outdoor Supercenter. Welcome to the family.
One of the really cool things about Anytime Fitness is a lot of the perks that we offer. One of them being this great location over here amongst the many neighborhoods of Southern Loop. However, right across from us is Southern Loop Nutrition. They offer meal replacement shakes, healthy teas, that sort of thing, and we've partnered with them to get you guys a discount over there. So you come here, become a member of Anytime Fitness Southern Loop, you'll get a discount over at Southern Loop Nutrition. They've got some great healthy stuff over there. So come on, check us out,
and take advantage of some of the perks of us being right here in your backyard.
Before we wrap things up here on our little trip here to Toledo Bend, let me tell you about something else that Talion has here to offer. He also has cabins. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a little tour of these cabins, but also learn how, if you're interested in it, and booking a cabin or booking a trip to go out on Toledo Bend.
Yes, sir. We have 2 cabins. One kind of we call the bunkhouse. It'll sleep up to 6 people. The other one sleeps 3. Both are like little small houses. They're full kitchens, full-size refrigerators, stoves, washers, everything in them. All the pots and pans that you would need while you're here. The only thing you bring is what you're going to eat and cook and drink at the stay. Really, best thing is go to Toledo Bend Fish Hounds Guide Service on Facebook and send us a message through that. You can also contact us on the phone number is 318-218-8882.
Thanks so much, everybody, joining us this week. Bayou Outdoors 365, presented by Bayou Outdoor Super Center. We've had a great time here on Toledo Bend, getting a little education, learning a little bit as well, and seeing around this place here and everything it has to offer by Talion and Toledo Bend Fish Hounds Guide Service. Get in touch with them to book your trip. And folks, don't wait around till the last minute. He stays busy on Toledo Bend, and there's a good reason why. Again, thanks for watching this week, and thanks to all of our sponsors that make this possible each and every week.